Then go to the... Don't close it.
I'm not closing it.
Okay. Seems like you're streaming. Now go live. Ah, it's going live.
Ah! Hello, hello.
This way. I'm gonna check on the computer if I can see you.
Change the video resolution. You need to change the video resolution. If anybody is watching this, I apologize. We're figuring out the technical difficulties. Where do I change the video resolution?
Yeah, you're live.
Where do I change the resolution though?
I don't know, but I can see you well.
Really?
Yeah. There's a few people watching now.
It says here 1 person watching.
Here it says 6.
Okay.
Just start.
Good morning. Obviously I'm new to this. YouTube live stream works very differently. And yeah, but it seems to be working. There's supposed to be a chat somewhere so I can see if anyone is having any trouble. Just write a quick chat or give me like a thumbs up if you're okay, if everything's fine. For some reason I thought I had everything set up perfectly, and then I this morning started to figure it out and suddenly realized I didn't have it set up perfectly. So apologies for that. I'm using a different camera than I was on Facebook, so so everything's just a bit different. Everything looks a little bit different, and I will set it up better for Friday. But here we are. This is what we have, and we'll make it work. Oh, and I cannot see what I'm doing. And there's a delay, so I'm not sure. Anyways, new beginnings. Welcome to the first new style class, I guess. We are moving slowly out of lockdown situation and seeing how we can move on, how we can keep going, how we can keep doing yoga and make it available to as many people as possible. So if you're here, welcome. I'm very happy to see you. Today we are going to work on opening the heart. Chiara says, there is a second voice who repeats every time you say. I don't know what that means.
It's because my computer was open.
Okay. Yeah, there was an echo. Sorry. Hopefully now that's fine. The class hasn't started yet. But why is there a delay is what I want to know.
It's the same like in first.
But I selected no delay.
Okay.
I thought that it would be like better. That was the idea. Okay, sorry for the blah blah. It's been a bit of a weird morning. I got up super extra early to figure out that everything was working, and somehow 45 minutes later I started to freak out because it wasn't working, and I started to call for ID. It's not working! Ah! And yeah, he saved my ass, luckily, because he's a technical one, apparently. I always think I'm kind of technical, but I'm not. Not like him. So, luckily...
I just stayed calm.
Yes. I just was the different kind of calm.
Yeah, the stressed out kind of calm.
Shut up. We have a trick here. We have a new trick that we developed since the lockdown. I want a big one. This is what we do, and I recommend it highly. If you're very, very, very annoyed or frustrated,
Yeah. And
you scream into a pillow, and it's amazing.
And if you're in a couple and you're in the middle of a fight and you need to scream into a pillow, you can do it like this. Anyways, that's what works for us.
Baby, I'm sorry.
It's
I've
okay.
stressed you out.
It's okay.
So, welcome to yoga. We are not stressed at all. We are very happy.
Oh, there's already 10 people there. Great.
Amazing. Welcome. Yes, we will work on opening our hearts today. Hearts and throats. Me, I'm on my period. I have cramps. It's all a bit of a weird day. Yeah. But those are also the days that are part of life, and hopefully yoga is going to help figure it all out. Wow, it's really strange, you know. I was so used to having every morning and the routine was there, and now 2 days no live stream in the morning and everything feels different. But I think it's time to just start and get it done. Let's get going. If you have blocks, make sure you have your blocks nearby. 2 is always better than 1. You can have a little pillow nearby also. And let's just go and do it. I hope the sound is okay. I'm using a little microphone on the computer. Can I make this screen large so I can see what I'm doing? Yes. Full screen. Great. Here we go. Does it look alright? Next time I put the camera a bit higher, huh?
It's okay for today.
Okay. Little baby hiccups for the beginning of this. But we will get better and better. As always, you're more than welcome to leave feedback, comment, and welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, welcome. You can have a little look at what I've been up to recently. So come to sitting on your mat. You can sit on a pillow or on a block. Sit in whatever way feels good to you, comfortable. Close your eyes. Let your hands rest somewhere on your legs, where it feels good. Creating kind of a closed circuit of energy, so your hands are connected to your thighs, your feet are connected to the floor, your whole body circulating energy, taking energy from the ground, from the floor, circulating and sending energy back down into the floor. Arriving here and now in your body, in your space, in your practice. Noticing the breath. Not changing anything, just notice what your breath is doing this morning. release your jaw. Soften your shoulders. Let your pelvis sink down into the floor. And focus your attention on your heart space. Whatever that means to you, it can be very functional, very physical, the heart pumping blood through the veins, supplying the body with oxygen. Enabling the blood to flow, supplying energy for all the vital functions of the body to exist. Or maybe you're more drawn to the mythical forces behind the heart, emotional forces behind the heart, whatever it brings up for you to focus on your heart. Just stick with that for a moment. Contemplate what it means for you to open your heart. And then gently soften the chest. Softly bend forward. See if you can take the heart as the initiator for this. Very slowly sinking. And then gently rolling back up. Lifting the heart up to the ceiling. You can keep your eyes closed. A few times, very soft and gentle, rolling through the spine. Initiating the movement from the heart. Lifting your heart up into the sky, sinking it down into your back space. You can keep your eyes closed or open them, whatever feels good. One last time, reaching up, up, up through the heart. Lifting the heart into the sky and then sinking it down. Rolling the spine back to neutral. Putting your right wrist in front of your right knee, twisting open towards the left. Opening the heart. All the way towards the back wall, changing sides, left wrist inside left knee, twisting open to the right. Twisting one more time to the left, thinking also about the back side of the heart. Changing. We often think of the heart as something in the front of our chest. Coming back to the center. You think about the heart as sitting right behind the ribs here, but the heart also has a backside and sides. 360 degrees of the heart, pumping blood, sitting in the center of the chest, supplying us with life. Lift up your right hand, arm, breathing in, lifting it more up to the ceiling, reaching over to the left. Also here, little pulses, little waves through the spine, and seeing if you can initiate from the heart, becoming aware of the multidimensionality of the heart. Like it's quite free, arm is free, the chest is free. Pressing down into the left wrist, changing sides, breathing in, lifting up the hand, reaching over to the right, taking a little free wiggle, snaking a bit through the spine, letting the heart open in all directions. Pressing through the right hand, coming back up. Keep the arms long to the side, twisting over to the left. Wrap your arms around you, grabbing your left shoulder with the right hand. Wrapping the right arm around your waist. Twist a little bit more. Changing sides, open your arms like you're giving yourself a big twisty hug. One more time, opening the arms, wrapping them around you, twisting over to the other side, twisting to the right. Now coming to the center, opening your arms, hugging them around your shoulders, dropping your torso down. Sway yourself a little bit side to side. Big hug. What does this do to your heart? Rolling back up, opening the arms one more time with the other arm on top. Wrapping your arms all the way around you, placing your fingertips around the edges of your shoulder blades in the back. Maybe you can hook your fingers around there. Give yourself a squeeze. Especially in these times where we're not getting as many hugs as we normally hopefully do. Maybe it's a good time to learn how to hug ourselves. Rolling back up. Take your knees up. Let's do one more hug. This time around your legs. Hug yourself. Hug your legs close to you. Softening the heart. And then removing your block of pillow. Come to all fours. Tuck your toes under and start to melt your heart down to the floor, sinking your heart in between your shoulders. From there, tip your pelvis up, sit bones up, and lift your face. From here, start to lift the back of your heart up to the ceiling, rounding your back, pressing up between your shoulder blades, sinking the heart down, down, down. Only when your heart is all the way down, start to lift your head and sit bones up. Cat cowing with a slight different initiator or a different focus. Focusing on initiating from the heart. One more round. Sinking the heart between the hands, between the shoulders. And then lifting the heart up towards the ceiling, dropping the head, tucking the pelvis. Press down into your hands, walk them back. Come onto the balls of your feet. Drop your head down, come into a little ball. Softening your spine, softening your tailbone. Melting your heart on top of your legs. Lengthening the back of your neck. Soften your eyelids and your eyeballs and your focus. Walking back forward, place your knees down. Using your fingertips to point all your toes forwards. Sit the weight of your hips down onto your heels. Shift your pelvis forward and back. Gently increasing the weight on the heels when you're moving back. Softening the heart space, maybe waving through the spine. Snaking through the spine. Opening up the heart 360 degrees. Take your fingertips down to the floor. Keep waving. But move a little bit more back. Taking the weight into the hands on the way back, dropping the head back if it feels nice for your neck. When you're rolling up your heart, opening to the ceiling, rolling down, heart softens into the spine, into the back space. Slow it down and stay back for a moment. Press your pelvis a little bit up, tucking your pelvis. Open your shoulders. Press down into the fingertips. Take weight back into your hands and come back into your all fours. Untuck the toes. Lifting your right arm and your left leg. See if you can initiate this from your chest. Gently bringing everything back down. Left arm, right leg. One line shooting through your hand all the way down to the foot. Radiating out from the chest space, bringing everything back down. One more time, breathing in. Lifting the right arm, really reaching it far out. Left leg far out. Keep the weight pressing down into the left hand. Gently bring it back down. Changing sides. Left arm, right leg. One long line. The chest is opening. Bring it all back down. Tuck your toes under. Press down into the hands to lift the pelvis gently, to lift the heels gently off the floor. Open your heart, drop your heart. Open your face. Rounding the back, keep the knees off. Now pressing into your hands to come into downward dog. Walk through your feet. Waking up. And also here, just notice what your heart space is doing. Can you open up the chest more? How can your downward dog, this very familiar position, how can you give it a slight different focus by becoming aware of a different space, of the heart space, of the space all around the chest. Moving a bit freely in your downward dog, warming up your whole body. You can come into plank and go back into downward dog. Warming up, moving your heart forward in between your hands to come into a plank and moving it back towards your hips to come back into your downward dog a few times, just waving, sinking. However this feels good to you. If it's too heavy, come onto your knees. You can do the same on the knees, coming into child's pose and plank. Opening the heart. And then really slowly, really small steps, start to walk your feet forward. Very loose, very soft. Keep your knees a little bit bent here. Let yourself hang forward and see if you can expand the heart space as you breathe in and out. Opening up the intercostal muscles between all the ribs. Softening the sternum right in front of the heart. Expanding and retracting the lungs as you breathe in and out. Focusing on the space around the heart, inside the heart, and how it radiates out all through the body. Coming halfway up with your back, keeping your knees a little bit bent. Fingertips on the floor. Open your heart forward, arching your back like in cat-cow, arching and rounding back down. Good. Move towards straightening the knees as much as you can while keeping the ribs and the upper thighs connected. A few times breathing in, coming halfway up, arching the back. Breathing out, rounding down, maybe straightening the knees depending on how far you can come. With the torso staying on the legs. A few more times in your own timing. Breathing in, bending the knees, arching the back. Breathing out, rounding. And if it's hard for you here, to have your hands on the floor, you can have them on two blocks next to your feet. This way you can have a bit of extra traction. A few more times. Rounding, straightening the knees and bending the knees to arch the back forward. moving the heart forward and back. Increase the size of this. Bending the knees more, from really more and more up. Your fingertips start to lift off the floor as you're bending and arching. And as you're rounding your knees, straighten more and more. Keep increasing the size until you're starting to look up on the way up. And slowly, slowly, we come all the way to standing. Up all the way. Stand tall for a moment. Close your eyes, open your palms, open your chest. Maybe your heartbeat is a little bit elevated from this initial work. Just notice it, just notice the heartbeat, the pulse. And if you're taking it very easy, maybe you don't feel it raised yet, that's alright, we'll get there. Your next in-breath, lift your arms overhead. Breathing out, swan diving down, initiating from the heart, going halfway up. Round down, bend your knees, step back into plank position. 3 deep breaths here. Seeing if you can radiate the strength needed for this position from the heart. Drop your knees down to the floor. Now bring your heart down between your hands. Then slide it forward and lift it up. Untuck your toes, little cobra, lifting the heart to the ceiling. And gently rolling back down. Now your heart's on the floor. Tuck your toes, keep your knees on the floor, press yourself up. Straightening through the legs, press into downward dog. Softening the heart, keeping your lower ribs gently tucked in so you're not sticking them out. Lifting your sit bones up to the ceiling. Releasing the jaw, releasing the heels down. Shift the weight to the left foot and lift the right leg up parallel. Pointing through the right foot. Open the hip, lift the leg higher. And now initiating from the heart, start to move your heart forward, forward, forward into plank. The heart is coming in between your hands, your leg is still up. From there, pull the knee in towards the heart. Then step the foot down. Come onto your fingertips, lifting the heart up and forward. Long neck in the back. Drop your left knee. Take your 2 blocks and put them underneath your shoulders. If you don't have blocks, you can put your hands on top of your right knee. If you have blocks, make use of them so you can open your shoulders gently to the back, lifting your heart forward and up as you sink your hips down lower. If you want to go a little bit deeper, press onto your blocks, almost like you're trying to push your blocks diagonally backwards so you can lift your heart up, drop your head back. If this hurts your neck, keep your neck long. Arching a little bit backward while you keep sliding your hips forward and down. And gently coming back. Remove the blocks. Lay your torso down on top of your right thigh. Lift your left knee. Drop the left heel down to the floor. Now drop your head, lift your hands, keep the torso on the thigh. Interlace your fingers and drop them back over your head. Keep dropping your hips down, softening the back of your heart. Now bring the hands back to your lower back. Initiating from the heart, lifting the heart and the face up. Pulling your hands back. Arching back gently, very small, just softening the chest up. Bring your torso into the middle, open your arms to the sides, strong warrior 2. Sinking your hips down a little bit lower. Pressing into your right foot, straightening the right knee, flipping the right palm up, dropping left palm to the back of the left leg, reaching your arm up, breathing in, lifting the heart up to take it over and back. Small, gentle. Coming back to the middle. Now reach your right arm forward, reach the heart forward, forward, forward. Place the right hand on the top of the right ankle or on a block. Twisting your heart open to the ceiling, lifting through the right fingertips. Heart radiating out in all directions into all of your limbs. Reach your left arm forward and over. Step it down on the inside of the right foot. Now lifting the heel of the left foot, twisting it in. Take your blocks, put them underneath your shoulders, even at the hips, so your left hip comes slightly forward and down. Stay on the ball of your left foot. Pressing into your blocks, bring your heart forward, lifting your face. And now softening down, rounding down over your leg. Drop your head. Bending the right knee, come back into your big lunge. Step the foot back into plank. With your knees on or off the floor. Initiating from the heart. Bring your heart down between your hands and slide it forward and bring it up, up, up to the ceiling. Bring it back down between your hands. Push it up and come into downward dog. 3 deep breaths here. Calming the body and the mind. Noticing if you feel your heart pulsing away, beating away. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Lift the left foot slowly. Keep it flexed. Keep it parallel. Soften the back of the neck. Keep reaching your sit bones up. Keep hugging your lower ribs in. Then point through the left foot. Open up the hip. Lift the foot up higher. Keep reaching down through the left armpit. Even weight between the shoulders. Now initiating from the heart, start to move the chest forward, keeping the leg up. Forward, forward, forward into plank. From there, pull the knee into the heart. Step the foot between the legs. Between the hands. Lifting up on your fingertips, reaching the heart forward. From there, drop down your knee. Take your blocks underneath your shoulders. Make sure your left shin is parallel, is in a 90-degree angle with the floor. Perpendicular to the floor. Sinking your hips down. Rolling your shoulders a little bit back so you can reach your heart up and away from your hips. Taking a moment here to sink down into the right hip flexor, lengthening. And if you want to increase the stretch, use the edges of your blocks to pull your hands, press your hands diagonally backwards to lift your chest up and drop the head back. Opening the chest while you keep sinking your hips down. And gently rolling back up. Move your blocks out of the way. Lay your torso down on your upper thigh. Drop the head. And straighten through the right knee. Drop the right heel to the floor. Keep your torso resting on your left side. Clasp your hands behind your back. Keep the other thumb on top. And straightening through the elbows, straightening through the whole arms, dropping the hands behind your head, softening down. Breathing into the back of the heart space. Now initiate it coming up from the heart so your chest comes forward, your hands come to the back of your lower back, coming all the way to upright, pulling your hands down and backwards, lifting your chest up, dropping your head, small arch. Bringing your torso back upright, release the clasp in the hands. Open your arms wide. Sit down into your front thigh. Drop your hips more. Straight, strong right knee. Sinking the outside of the right foot down into the floor. Now straightening through your front knee. Flip the left palm up. Drop right palm to the back of the right leg. Lift the left arm. Breathing in, reach the heart up and over into a small back bend. Surrendering. Gently come back up. Start reaching the left hand and the heart forward, forward, forward to reach down. Left hand on top of left ankle or on a block. Right hand reaching up. Heart reaching up. The heart pumping the blood into all of the limbs, all the way to the top of the head and the tips of the toes. Reach the right hand forward and up, overhead. Step the hand on the inside of the foot. Lift the right heel. Bring the right hip forward and down and take your blocks for support, straightening out your back. Right hip dropping a little bit forward and down so the hips are even. One long line through the whole back. And start to lift your chest forward and up, arching the back, reaching the heart forward and away. And then sinking the whole torso down on top of the leg. You can keep your blocks if it helps you, or you can release the blocks and walk your fingertips backwards. Keep pressing down into the ball of the right foot. And then walking your hands back forward next to your foot, bend the left knee, big lunge. Step the foot back into plank. Bring your heart down towards the floor, then slide it forwards and bring it up. Optional extra push-up. Into downward dog. Pressing sit bones up and away. Look up at your hands, start walking your feet back one by one. Come onto your fingertips, lifting the heart halfway up, rounding down. Bending through the knees, rolling up your spine. Open your hand palms. Standing up tall. Expanding your heart in all directions. Breathing in, lift your arms overhead. Swan dive forward, reaching the heart forward and down. Coming halfway up. Step or jump back into plank. Chaturanga down, initiating from the heart. Upward dog. Back into downward dog. 3 breaths. Shifting weight into the left foot, lifting the right leg all the way up, opening through the hip. Drop the right foot down, lift the knee up, up, up. Keep pressing down evenly into both hands. Start to drop your foot down to the floor, initiating your welting from the heart, opening heart up to the ceiling, shooting out energy into all of your limbs, reversing your steps, come back into your downward dog splits. Then keeping the leg up, moving the heart forward, forward, forward. And then bring the knee into the chest. Step the foot down. Float up into your warrior one. Flip the palms out, swing your arms back. Clasp fingers, pull your arms back and away from you, arching the chest open. Sink your hips down lower. Bring your torso back up, release the clasp. Swing your arms back up and open them into warrior two. Floating into your back bend. Floating back down, bending the standing leg, the front leg, reaching right arm forward, step it inside right leg, reaching left arm up and overhead, opening your heart up. Now swim the left arm back behind you, wrap it behind your right thigh, behind your back, around your right thigh, opening your heart up more to the ceiling. Release the hand, swing the arm back up, step it down, bring your right hand over the top of the foot, lift left heel, step the right foot into plank. Chaturanga down, upward facing dog, into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Shifting weight into the right foot, lift the left leg gently up, then open up the hip, pointing through the foot. Keep pressing down evenly through both hands. Shoulders are even, only the hips are opening. Drop the left foot, lift the knee up higher. Then start to drop the foot to the floor. Lift your left hand up. Open your chest all the way up, up, up. Retracing your steps. Back into your downward dog split with the left foot pointing up. Then start to reach the heart forward. Keep the foot up, up, up. Then pull the knee into the chest. Step the foot down. Floating into your warrior one. With the arms at the top, flip the palms out. Swim the arms back down. Clasp the fingers with the other thumb on top. Pull your hands backward and away, opening your chest, sinking your hips more down. Bring your torso back up. Unclasping the hands, swim the arms back up. Then open them into Warrior Two. Floating yourself into a little back bend. Floating yourself back up. Bending front knee. Reaching the left hand forward and down. Inside left foot, the right arm swims up overhead. The chest opening. Then swim the right arm behind your back. Wrap it around the left thigh. Open up your heart to the ceiling. Sink your hips down lower. Releasing. Right hand, swing it all the way back up and over. Lift the right heel, step the left hand over the foot. Step into plank. Sink the heart down. Lift it up. Into downward dog. Bend your knees. Open them as wide as the mat. Untuck your toes. Come into a child's pose. Walk your hands a little bit more forward and together. Bend your elbows. Bring the hands into prayer behind your neck. Opening your shoulders. Keep softening your heart down towards the floor. Breathing into the back of the heart space, back between the shoulder blades, back of the ribs. Release the arms. Walk them back out. Spread your fingertips. Shift the weight forward. Come onto your elbows. Bring your knees back in. Tuck your toes. Lifting your heart forward. Press down to your feet. Come into a Dolphin Pose. Lifting your sit bones up. Then start to walk your feet in. As far as possible, before straightening through the arms, walk your feet in more. Lifting halfway up, rounding down, bend through your knees, roll up the spine, stand up tall, open your palms, connecting the heart to the soles of the feet and the palms of the hand and the top of the head. From the center of the chest, reaching all the way out into all the extremities of the body. Shift the weight into the left foot, lift the right ankle with both hands. Start with your knees together, roll your shoulder blades together behind the spine. Heart is reaching forward, chest is already opening. Then you start to kick the right foot into your hands. Just gently Keep a straight, strong left knee. If you want to challenge your balance, lift your face up to the ceiling. Keep kicking into your hands. Gently bringing the head back, bringing the foot back, pulling the heel in towards the sit bone. On the right side, gently tucking your pelvis in. Stretch on front of the right thigh, drop your chin to your chest. And lifting your face back up. Now bring your foot to the front, grabbing your ankle, the right ankle. Come into a tree pose. Dropping your right knee gently down. Bring your right hand into prayer. Tuck your pelvis a little bit forward so you're not hanging in your lower back. If the foot doesn't slip, bring the left hand to join the right. Strongly rooting down through the left sole of the foot. Keep your abdominals pulling in. Lift your arms up, up, up. Separate the hands. Challenge your balance by looking up. The heart reaching up into the skies. Swim open your arms. Bring your hands back behind you. Your face is back forward. Clasp the hands. Now lifting the heart to come forward. If this is very challenging for your balance, you can bring your hands down. Bring your hands to your lower back. Unclasp the fingers, bring the fingers down next to the foot. Dropping the head. Then bend down into your left knee. Bring your pelvis all the way down, down, down. And start to roll your spine up. Keep your focus about 1 meter in front of you on the floor. See if you can balance. Start by bringing up your left hand. Maybe this is enough. If you want to balance even more, bring the right hand to meet the left. Lengthening the back of your neck. Bring your hands back down, straighten through the left knee, exactly the same way you came in. Now bring your hands to prayer, lengthening through your back to stand all the way back up. Lift your right knee. If you can't keep it up, then lift your arms up. Start to reach back with the right foot, bending down into the left knee. Step into your warrior one pose all in one go, sinking your hips down. Now bring your right knee down. Reach your arms, your hands back. Press a little bit into your left foot and look back at your right heel. See if you can grab the right heel with the right hand. Bring the left hand to your lower back. Bring your shoulders both forward. Sink your hips down. Start to drop your head back. Opening the heart. If you want to go a bit deeper, release the left arm up. Reach it all the way back. Opening the heart to the ceiling. Sinking your hips down lower. And gently bringing your left hand back to the lower back. Pushing down with the left foot to bring your torso back up. With both hands in your lower back, sink your hips down more. Now open your left toes to the left wall. Sinking your hips down, down, down. Using the weight of the hands on the lower back. Take a little arch. If you want to go deeper, reach your arms up, clasp the fingers together, keep the index fingers long, reach up and back. Bring your hands into prayer, roll it back up, and tuck your chin into your chest, rounding your back. Bring your elbows forward, leaning on your hands, gently dropping your elbows down to the floor, dropping the head. Press down into your hands, walk them back underneath your shoulders. Point your left toes forward, straightening through your right knee. Lift your chest forward, walk your fingertips a little bit forward. Then bending through both knees to step into a Halfmoon Pose. You can use a block if it helps you. Block underneath your left hand, underneath the left shoulder. Start bringing your back up and forward, opening your right arm up. Your right hip is opening up. Flex the right foot. Strong and straight left knee. If you're really comfortable here, you can see if you can lift the left hand off. And if still you want to challenge yourself more, start to look to the right side. Maybe looking all the way up at your right hand. Gently bringing your arms back down. Step the right foot next to the left. Hang forward for a moment. Releasing your neck, shaking out your hips. Then bend both knees, roll up your spine. Standing up tall, opening your palms. Step the weight into the right foot. Lift the left ankle with both hands. Behind you, start by rolling your shoulder blades together behind your spine. Already lifting your heart a little bit forward and up. And then start to kick the foot into your both hands. Opening the chest. If you want to challenge your balance, lift your face up. Keep kicking. And from there, bring your face back down. Bring your left heel towards the left sit bone. Tuck your pelvis a little bit to stretch the front of the left thigh. Dropping your chin to your chest. Gently rolling your head back up. And then take your ankle to the front. Bring it to the front of your right hip and come into a tree pose. Gently dropping the left knee. Tuck your pelvis slightly in so that you don't hang in your lower back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Only if you can stay there without the foot slipping. Bring the right hand into prayer to meet the left. If you need to hold on to the foot, it's not a problem. And lifting your both arms up, separate the hands, bring your focus up to challenge your balance, reaching the heart up, up, up. And flip your palms, bring your head back down, swim your arms back behind you. Clasp the hands, take the other thumb on top. Open the chest and start to reach forward with a long straight back. If it's very hard to balance here, bring your arms down onto the floor. Gently bring your hands to your lower back, release the clasp. Then bring your hands to the floor, drop your head, stretching. Start to bend through the right knee. Bring your pelvis all the way down to lean on top of your right heel. Keep your focus about a meter in front of you on the floor. Lengthen the back of your neck, then bring your right arm up to prayer. See if you can balance. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. It's normal. And bringing both hands back down. Straightening through the right knee. Bring your hands into prayer in front of the chest. Keep your right leg strong and straight. With a long, strong back. Reaching all the way back up. Lift your left heel. Lift your left foot. Reach your arms up. Start reaching the left foot back, bending into the right leg. Step into a big warrior one. Swim your arms open behind you. Clasp the hands. Arching the back. I don't think this is what we did.
Put the knee down.
Yeah. Rolling the head back up, unclasp the hands, put the left knee down, then start to reach backwards with your left hand towards your left heel. Step a little bit of weight into your right foot so you can bring your pelvis a little bit back to reach the left heel with the left hand. The right hand is on your lower back. Once you reach the heel, even at your shoulders, sink your hips back down, then drop your head. Keep sinking the hips down, and if you want to go deeper, slide the right arm up and back, opening up the heart as much as possible. Evening out the shoulders. And bring the right arm back up. Put it in your lower back. Start to roll your back up. Now with both hands in your lower back, sink your hips deeper down. Pushing the weight down with the hands. Reach the chest up. One more little back bend here. Rolling back up. Opening the foot. That's where we did the back bend. With the knee open to the side. Bending back, sinking the hips down. From there, reaching forward with the hands. Bring the hands in front of your shoulders. Gently start to sink your elbows down to the floor. Drop the head. Pressing down into the hands. Bring your toes back forward. Hands on either side of the foot. And straightening through the left knee. Reach your heart forward. Walk your fingertips forward. And see if you can step into your Halfmoon Pose in one go. Lifting the right leg first parallel, then opening, the left leg is lifting parallel, opening the left hip, bringing a block underneath your right shoulder, flexing the left foot, lengthening the back, opening the left hand to the ceiling, long back, long legs, maybe lifting off the right hand. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Very gently bringing your arm and your leg back down to the floor, hanging over, shaking out your hips. Staying down here, place your block in front of your left foot and a little bit out. So a little bit on the outside of the left foot in front, so you can lean your whole hand into the block with a straight left leg. Bring your right hand on top of your foot, then start to bend your right knee. Bring your knees together first. Placing the hand over your toes, then start to lift your knee up to the ceiling. Leaning your weight forward into that left hand. Bending the elbow up towards the ceiling, opening the chest towards the right side. Lifting your right knee more and more and more. From there, keep the knee up. Start to drop the torso down. Bring your hand down next to your foot. Drop the head. Balancing here. From here, bring your right hand down. Wrap your left hand around the left heel. Bring your knee up and start to straighten the leg. The right leg in standing splits. Gently step the right foot back down next to the left. Wiggle your hips side to side. And then bring the block in front of the right foot and a little bit on the outside. Lean your right hand into the block. Straightening strong through the right leg. Bring the left hand on top of your left toes. Start bending the left knee, keeping your knees together to begin with, grabbing top of the foot, then start to lift the left knee up to the ceiling, leaning into the right hand, lengthening your back, lifting the knee more up and up and up, starting to open the heart to the left side, pressing down into the right hand, pressing down into the big right toe joint. From here, keep pulling your knee up. Start to drop the torso down. If you fall, just come straight back into it. Bring your right hand a little bit back next to the right foot. Drop the torso and the head. Keep lifting the left knee. Then release the left foot. Bring the left hand a little bit forward. Wrap the right hand around the right knee. Pull your torso more down and start to straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling. Into your standing splits. Gently bringing the leg back down. Wiggle your hips. Squat down. Bounce your hips up and down a few times. Drop your head. Shifting your knees side to side. Then walk your feet back. Come into a little child's pose. Whatever variation feels good to you right now, you can have your hands by your sides, your arms by your sides, or long in front of you. Maybe shift your hips slightly side to side. Softening your heart onto your tops of your legs. Put your hands underneath your shoulders, start to roll your spine up. Come to standing on top of your knees. Bring your hands on your lower back. Now look back over your right shoulder. Keep your left hand on your lower back and reach your right hand behind you to grab the right heel. If it's hard for you to grab the right heel, you can tuck the right toes under so your heel is a little bit higher. If it's easy, just keep the foot flat. Reaching the right heel with the right hand, pushing your pelvis forward, then roll your back open. Evening out the shoulders, slide the left hand down and up. And take it all the way back. Exactly what we did before, except now we're in half camel. Lifting your pelvis more forward. Your chest open. Gently bringing the left hand back to your lower back. Push yourself back up. Just standing on your knees. Sink your pelvis down. grab the backs of your both heels. Now roll your chin to your chest, rolling your torso forward, forward, forward until your forehead is on top of your knees. Pulling on your heels with the thumbs outside, roll onto the top of your head, pressing down into your shins and feet to round your back fully. Your heart is reaching up and back. Gently releasing this, rolling the spine back up. Shifting the weight back onto the knees, hands on your lower back. Looking back at your left heel, reaching down with the left hand, grabbing that heel and evening out your shoulders as much as possible. Slide your right hand down and take it forward and up. From there, you can take it back, reaching back with the hand forward with the pelvis. And to come back exactly the same way with the arm. Bringing the right hand to your lower back, pushing down into the knees, supporting on your hands. Sink your hips down on top of the heels. Grab the heels with the thumbs facing out. Sink your chin to your chest. Round your whole back down. Bring your forehead to your knees, and from there, pulling on your heels, shifting forward, weight on top of your head, rounding your whole back. Pull your belly in. Press more down into the knees. Gently coming back up. Come into your all fours. Bring your right knee on the outside of your right wrist. Walk the left foot back. Gonna go into a nice deep pigeon. Start by lifting your heart up so you can open your hands a little bit and press down into the fingertips to reach your heart forward and up. Rock your head back if it feels nice. From there, reaching the heart forward. Start to walk the hands forward and down. Bring your face down, forehead on the floor. Releasing both your hips. Softening your belly on top of your right ankle. From here, start to walk your hands a little bit away from your right knee. So your hands walk into the top left corner. Bring your chest a little bit more down. Maybe bring your face to the right side. And press down into the left hand palm. Bring the right hand palm, slide it a little bit down towards the right. And press into the right hand, opening up the left armpit. Gently rolling back. Bring your torso back to the center. For a moment, see if you can get your heart to lay down flat on the floor. You can turn your face to one side. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push down to come back up with the torso. Walk your right foot a little bit closer into the pelvis so your knee points a little bit more forward. Bend the left knee. Reach back with the left hand. Grab the inside of the left foot. Evening out your shoulders, so bringing your right shoulder a bit back and the left shoulder forward. Start to pull your left foot closer in. Softening front of the left thigh. Breathing. Maybe sliding the left foot into the crook of the left elbow. Reaching right arm, right hand into left. Clasping your fingers, crawling your head through. Reaching the right elbow up behind your head. See if you can keep the weight even between your two hips. Gently release the right hand, bring it down to the floor for a moment, just arching your back, bringing your heart up. And gently release the left foot. Walk the left foot a little bit forward and slide the right knee back into all fours. Do a round of cat-cow to even out the spine. Then with a neutral spine, bring the left knee on the outside of the left wrist. Walk your right foot back. Gently coming into this. Press down into the fingertips. Maybe opening your hands a little bit to reach the chest forward and up. Drop your head back, lifting the heart. And then reach the heart forward and down, walking your hands down, dropping your head down. Softening into both hips, softening your shoulders. Releasing the tailbone, releasing top of the neck. Start to walk your hands away from your knee into the right top corner. Crawl especially your right fingertips up and away from you. Turn your head to the left. Slide your left arm a little bit to the side. softening the right armpit down onto the floor. If you want to increase the stretch, you can push more down into the left hand. And then walking your torso back to the middle. For a moment, just laying your heart, your chest down on the floor. Softening, turning your head to one side so you don't squash your nose. From there, walking your hands back in underneath the shoulders. Point your left knee a little bit more forward, walking the right foot a little bit closer into the right hip. Reach the right knee back, then bend it. Grab the inside of the right ankle with the right hand. Evening out the shoulders, bringing your right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Start bringing your foot closer in. Lifting your heart. Maybe sliding right foot into the crook of the right elbow. Reaching your left fingertips for the right, clasping the fingertips together. Crawl your face through the crook of your left elbow. Then reach that elbow up behind your head, evening out the shoulders again. Bringing right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Arching your back. Release the clasp of the hands. Bring your left hand behind, next to your left hip. And for a moment, just arch your back. Drop your face backwards. Gently releasing. Shift your right foot forward. Slide your left knee back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. One round of cat-cow. Arching the back. Just checking the time. Come into a little ball. Just equalizing the back, hanging your tailbone down, top of your head down. Walk your hands back, sit down, lengthen your legs in front of you. With your fingers pointing back, bring your arms right behind your lower back so you can lengthen, pushing down into your hands to lengthen the lower back. Pressing your chest up. Flex your feet from here. Start to press yourself, your back forward with the hands, with the help of the fingertips, as much as possible, keeping your lower back long. If it's very challenging for you, you can bend your knees a little bit. Keep your sit bones pointing back, like you're arching your back. From here, take your peace fingers, your middle index fingers, grab them around your big toes. And if you have to keep your legs bent, to keep your lower back straight, it's completely fine. If you can stay with your belly connected to your upper thighs, you can gently start to try and straighten through the legs. Keep your back of your neck long, reaching your elbows down. Reach your heart forward and away from the hips. From there, start to pull more on your big toes to round your back. Down, down, down. Maybe your heels are coming off the floor. From there, let go of the grip. Now just hang over passively. Let your legs do what they want to do. Maybe they want to turn out a little bit. Just let them fall, let the torso fall. Deep breathing. Softening the back of your heart, front of your heart, the sides of your heart. Surrendering to this passive hanging position. And gently rolling yourself up. Let's come into a cobbler pose, so you can sit on a block if it's helpful. I really like to sit on a block for this one. And if you do sit on a block, make sure you bring your sit bones, the edges of your sit bones right in front of the edge of the block, so your sit bones are hanging off the block, so that when you shift your weight forward, the block is tipping on the side. Drop your knees, bring your soles of your feet together, quite close to your pelvis. And start by just taking a moment. Bring your hand palms on top of your soles of your feet, connecting the heart to the hand palms, to the soles of the feet, to the top of the head. Your heart radiating out into all of the extremities of your body. Really gently starting to soften the hips, soften the shoulders, soften the back of the neck. You can give a little rub to the soles of your feet, opening the feet up to the ceiling a bit to soften the outsides of the ankles. Giving a bit of weight. You can let your belly really hang out here. Feels quite nice. And then, if you'd like, you can use gravity to push your elbows very gently down into your thighs. Don't go too far or too deep with this. If it gets very painful, just back off. Gentle stretch, so we're tipping the sit bones back and tipping the pelvis forward so the lower back is long. Almost a feeling like you're arching the lower back, so we come forward with a long straight back. Shift the weight a little bit side to side. And in my case, the block is now on one edge and my inner thighs are gently starting to come onto the floor. And this is what I love about using the block this way. It's a way to elevate the pelvis, to give it a bit more space to lift. From here with your long lower back, you can start to round the top of the back. Keep the lower back lengthening backwards while dropping the head. Softening the knees down, softening the hips, releasing the pelvic floor. Maybe releasing the grip on the ankles and just hanging forward for a moment passively. Letting the weight pour down out of the elbows into the floor, out of the wrists into the floor, out of the ankles and the hips into the floor, out of the top of the head into the floor. And then gently, with the support of the hands, start to roll your back up. Take your knees with your hands, bring them in. If you're still sitting on your block, let's do a nice little supported squat. So sitting on your block, opening your feet a little bit wider than hip width so your heels are just outside your sit bones. Rounding your back down, wiggling your elbows inside your legs. Start to wrap your arms around, reaching the lower back with the backs of your hands. Drop your head. So your hand palms are facing out, your elbows are sliding forward. Stretch on the front of your shoulders, front of the tops of your arms. As much as possible, releasing your elbows forward. Then slide your left arm behind your back, clasping the right fingertips, twisting open, lifting your heart up, twisting your back towards the left side and up. Gently release. Slide your left arm back in front of your knee. Wrap that arm around. Then release the right arm. Bring it behind your back. Clasp your fingers behind the left hip. Start to open your torso to the right. Twisting, twisting, twisting. Let's do that one more time on each side. Sliding the right elbow in front of the knee. Twisting the left hand behind your back. Twisting open to the left. Changing sides, left elbow in front of the knee, wrapping left hand. Sliding the right hand to the back, opening. Coming back into the middle one last time with the both arms wrapped. Dropping your head. Maybe walking your hands a little bit further up the back. Dropping your elbows forward. Softening the chest. Softening the heart. And gently sliding your hands. Bringing your hands in front of your chest in prayer. Let's release the block. Move the block away. Pressing the elbows into the calf muscles. Strengthening, straightening through the back. Lengthening the back of the neck. Pressing your shoulders down. And gently releasing. Window wipe your knees for a moment. Then come to lying on your back. Let's do a supported Shavasana. You can have 2 blocks, and if you happen to have a pillow nearby, that's extra nice. So put 1 block flat with maybe a pillow on top of it to soften it. The base of the block comes underneath the base of your rib cage, so your lower ribs are resting on the base of the block. Lengthening your legs, bringing the other block on top of your head. Opening your arms. Bring your arms down to wherever they feel comfortable and nice, like they sink down to the floor. Make sure you're warm enough. Releasing the weight down into the floor. Open your legs a little bit. Let your feet flop open. Let your hand palms flop open. Soften the back of your neck. Make sure your head is resting in a comfortable, relaxed way. Melting your heart down into your block or pillow or into the floor. Bring your awareness into the center of your heart. You don't need to do anything, just bring your awareness there and see if there's anything you notice, anything you feel. Maybe you're becoming aware of the pulse. Maybe images come up. paying attention to the heart. This very powerful muscle pumping blood through the whole body. And see if you can support your heart. Letting your heart be soft and open and relaxed. Allowing your heart to do its work with minimum tension. The heart radiating energy into all the extremities of the body. Moving from the heart into the whole chest, armpits, the shoulder blades and the top of the shoulders, and the transition into the upper arm. Whole upper arm being provided with blood full of oxygen. The elbows and the lower arms. All the bones and the tendons and the muscles and the skin. The wrist and the palm of the hand. And the back of the hand and all the fingers, all the fingertips. All the way into the fingernails. Being supplied with oxygen-rich blood and transporting the oxygen, poor blood back to the heart to be refreshed. From the heart into the chest, into the collarbones and the tops of the shoulders and the throat and the neck. All the way to the base of the skull and the whole jawline and the chin and the cheeks and the mouth and the lips and the upper lip and the nose, the upper cheeks and the temples and the eyeballs and the eyebrows and the third eye and the forehead and the whole scalp, the whole skull and the whole brain. A lot of oxygen-rich blood coming into the brain, supplying the brain with all it needs so it can function. And when the oxygen has been delivered into the brain and into the face and into all the muscles of the throat and the tongue and the jaw, it comes back into the heart to be refreshed and recharged. The heart working closely together with the lungs to give oxygen-rich blood all the way down into the lower body, the whole rib cage and the middle back and the belly, all the organs, and the lower back and the spine and the pelvis, and the reproductive organs and the sit bones and the tailbone and all the tendons and the muscles, the big psoas muscles, into the big upper thigh muscles and the buttocks and the inner thighs, outsides of the thighs and the big thigh bones, and the knees and the backs of the knees, all being supplied with a lot of fresh oxygen. Down into the shin bones and the calf muscles and the ankles and the heels and the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet and all the 10 toes, even the toenails. And once the oxygen-rich blood gets reached all the way down, 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 and released its oxygen, it streams back up, back to the heart where it keeps being refreshed. A never-ending process of renewal, change. All the cells in the body constantly changing, renewing themselves, all with the help of the heart. Soft and open and gentle heart. Let your whole body sink down into the floor. Stay here in Shavasana as long as you like. Once you're ready to come out, make sure you do so very easily, softly, lazily. Give yourself the time. I want to thank you for joining on this first YouTube adventure. I will be back on Friday morning, same time, Friday morning, 8:30. 8:30 European time. We will work on the shoulders and the hips on Friday. If you've enjoyed the class, please subscribe, like, follow. I'm also on Facebook. There's a Facebook group called Yoga with Manou. It's a public group, so you can join it. This is where I post all the information about my classes. I'm working on creating higher quality content also for the channel. I'm super happy to hear from you, what you'd like to practice, what you'd like to learn, what you'd like to deepen to make this a community exchange. Yeah, thank you so much for joining and hope to see you soon. Bye, bye.